What is going on, AZ Sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon here where we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. And if you guys have not already heard what the latest news is for the Arizona Cardinals, that being that the Arizona Cardinals versus the Saints game has been canceled. So the game that was scheduled for tomorrow to start at 5 p.m. AZ time, that was rescheduled to noon AZ time, has now been canceled due to inclement weather of what is going on with New Orleans. So just bringing the news on to you guys right now, letting you guys know what's currently going on. If you guys are not all up to date on everything Arizona Cardinals, this is the latest news and what is currently going on with the Arizona Cardinals at this very moment. So a couple different things we want to talk about here today. Thinking about opening up the phone lines, talking about the regular season and what type of expectations we have for this Arizona Cardinal team for the 2021 season size. So we're gonna have a very good show today. Just wanted to bring to your attention here that canceled, no more preseason, it's over, it's done. I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not too big of a deal. The biggest reason as to why it's not that big of a deal, A, we weren't going to see Kyler Murray at all. B, we weren't going to see Rondell Moore at all, and we weren't going to see the players that we wanted to see. Usually when it comes down to the last preseason game, we don't really have those type of players in this game. And that's not really, obviously not the reason why they canceled it. They canceled it because of the inclement weather. But, as a fan, I'm not really worried too much about it. I'm honestly really like, hey, I mean, it is what it is at this point. We got 50 Yo saying, isn't it in a dome? Yes, the Saints Stadium is in a dome, but I mean, if you're trying to get out, you're gonna get attacked by rain. So it's bigger than just being protected in a dome. They're suspecting that this is going to be a tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane. Obviously, we do not want any natural disasters to happen to any part of the world. And I think that's one thing that the NFL was just trying to. Be precautious when it comes down to this preseason game, which in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Preseason is preseason. I would rather, the Saints players and the organization and the Cardinals players and the organization be safe. But yes, if you guys have not heard already, if you guys do not live in the Arizona area, which honestly, I think everybody here in Arizona pretty much already knows, but the Arizona Cardinals versus the Saints game that was supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow is now canceled. We will not have a week 3 preseason game any longer. Just FYI, let it sink in. If you're sad about it, you could have your own emotions about it. Me personally, I understand why it was canceled due to inclement weather, tropical storm coming in there. They don't want, people flying in. They don't want people flying out. We just don't want to be put in that sticky situation, guys. So that's one of the biggest storylines that are currently going on right now for the Arizona, sports area as of right now, being that we don't have week 3 currently having right now. But at least what we could do now is we can actually talk about regular season now. We can honestly focus on the regular season, and we do not have to, talk about the yuckiness of what was preseason. So let's take it to the comments. I am thinking about opening up the phone lines as well. So if you guys do want to get into the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, all you need to do is follow me on Instagram. Everything is going to be under the description below. All you need to do is send me a DM, say, hey, I want to get on. I'll send you a link and just, pop on your camera and you can come right in. We can talk about regular season expectations for this Arizona Cardinal team moving forward. But that's what we're going to do. Let's take it to the comments here before we move on to the regular season topic, which is a big one because honestly, expectations is playoffs in my mind. And if we don't get it, there's going to be a lot of tables being flipped for the Arizona Cardinals here. And in terms of just being a fan, just in general. So let's take it to the comments here. If Jesus says, yes, it's a hurricane. Perfect. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. It most likely got upgraded to a hurricane. And yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty sad stuff. Yeah, not sad. That's scary stuff. It really is. So, life is bigger than football. I know it sucks saying that, but it really is. So if they can stay healthy, if they can stay safe, and all that stuff, I would rather them cancel it because it's preseason at the end of the day. I know there's a lot of people asking, like, why don't you think that, we can reschedule it? Maybe, have it here, here in Arizona. That might be a possibility for the NFL to do something like that. I just thought that, I think that they didn't have enough notice. I think if they planned it out better, I think it's been, a few days prior that, they knew that they were going to get hit with the tropical storm / hurricane. They probably could have planned it out a lot better, but I think because the NFL looks at it as preseason, they see it as expendable type of games. So that's probably one of the main reasons why they just decided to nip it in the bud, as opposed to rescheduling it and either putting it on this weekend, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday of next week. But let's be honest here, guys. It's preseason. It's not that big of a deal. I know it sucks because we wanted to see Eno Benjamin. We want to see Jonathan Ward. We wanted to see, Greg Dortch. We wanted to see those players that, that are on the bubble. Are they going to make it onto the roster? Are they not going to make it to the roster? That's the type of stuff that we wanted to see. And we're not going to be able to see it anymore because of, the cancellation of Cardinals versus Saints. If you guys are just getting in here right now, definitely do me one big favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We're going to have a good, fun old time here when the regular season kicks off. So I'm really excited. Smash that like button. It means the world to me. And we are going to push for 8,000 subscribers here. That's the next goal here for the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Let's keep on reading into the comments before we move on to the biggest topic here, and that is going to be expectations and looking forward into the 2021 regular season for the Arizona Cardinals, what you want to see and what we should be looking for. Because yes, as of right now, because we do not have a game tomorrow, the Arizona Cardinals will not be playing on the field for 3 weeks, which sucks. It really does, because we didn't play this week. We're not going to play next week. The regular season starts the week prior. So it sucks being that, hey, once they go back on the field, they might be cold. They might be a little sloppy, but we saw the sloppiness on game 2. But we've heard a lot of stuff saying out there that, the Cardinals really didn't want to be out there in terms of the starters. So I'm not going to look too much into it unless week 1 comes around and we look like that again. Then you'll obviously hear me flipping tables again and obviously be upset because we had the opportunity to put some starters out there for a lot longer than we did. But hopefully they cleaned it up like Cliff Kingsbury said. All we can really do is, kind of pay attention to what he said at this point. But yes, if you're just getting in here right now, Cardinals versus Saints has been canceled. We will not have week 3 preseason game for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's keep on reading on to the comments here. Sean, what's up, man? So not good for those fighting for a spot. 100% agree. It sucks. It really does suck because I think in the grand scheme of things, that was what preseason was about. Preseason is about those players that are fighting for those roster spots. Those Greg Dortches, those Jonathan Ward, those those cornerbacks that want to get that spot. That's the kind of stuff that it's very frustrating to see, especially since last year they didn't have a preseason, and now we're coming back around with having only 2 games. 1 game against the Cowboys, which we beat them, which I'm actually really happy about, and then the Chiefs game, which I think in the grand scheme of things, we lost 17-10, but it's preseason at the end of the day, so it's not that big of a deal. But let's keep on reading into the comments before we open up the phone lines. We are going to be opening up the phone lines. If you guys are just getting in here right now, all you need to do is add me on Instagram. Add me on Instagram, shoot me a follow, and send me a DM. Say you want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, and I'll send you a link, and you'll be able to get on. I want to talk about expectations for the 2021 season. Obviously, we have next week off. But we had a total of 2 weeks for the Cardinals anyways, this week and then the next week. And then the regular season starts off, in September, which I'm really, really stoked for. So let's keep on reading into the comments here. Keenan, what's up, man? He says, who gets the number 4 spot? Keenan, Kirk, or Andy? I think the number 4 spot. So to me specifically, I think we're going to be on a mix between, it's going to be a mix between Rondale or Christian Kirk. I think they might kind of swap back and forth, just really depending on what's going to happen. I think Christian Kirk is going to start off with the number 3 spot, and Rondale Moore is going to be the 4th. That's just my opinion. I don't really quite 100% know until we see the depth chart, but that's kind of my opinion in the whole matter. So DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk at number 3, and number 4 is going to be Rondale Moore, in my opinion. Now, I know we wanted to see preseason because we wanted to see those other players that were, those bubble type players. But I mean, like I said, grand scheme of things, not that big of a deal. Ovo says 17-0. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. The high expectations for my guy. Wow. I don't know about all that, but hey, Keep that momentum going, my guy. Keep that momentum going. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Cardinal, what's up, dude? So don't worry, Mike. I'll be here to talk you down out from the ledge after if they lose week 1. If they go 0-4, we'll both need counseling. So here's the thing. I think we both already understanding that week 1 versus the Titans is a tough game. I think we both know that we probably will lose that game. The only concern that comes from me is going to be the fact that, hey, if we don't actually move the ball down the field efficiently, that's where the anger comes from. And I don't want to hear any excuses of, hey, no preseason, or I don't want to hear any excuses of all this other stuff when we had it right there. We had it. If you feel like your offense is in need of help, then put them out there. I get preseason is nothing, but if you're going to come out looking like this on week 1, then you really need to evaluate what you're doing as a head coach and as an organization, because you're not putting your players out there to succeed. In my personal opinion. So yes, we might lose that Titans game because that Titans roster is a very, very good team. They got Julio Jones, they got AJ Brown, and they got, King Henry back there, which is a force to be reckoned with. But my main concern watching that game right there is if we come out looking garbage, terrible after year 3 of Cliff Kingsbury, that's when tables will be flipped. And that's when I will not be talked off a ledge, because I think right there, if we allow to be talked off an edge, it's all excuses at that point. It's all excuses at the point. I can accept an L. But I cannot accept looking mediocre and looking terrible on week 1 when we have the opportunity to put players in there to allow them to gel, to build that chemistry, and we chose not to. That's when tables will be flipped. I promise you, nobody will be able to talk me off the ledge. And if you're going to make any excuses, then that's just an excuse. But I agree, we might lose that week 1. We might lose week 1, and that's cool. I can take the L. My concern is the fact that if we look terrible and we didn't have the starters in preseason when everybody was telling me, no, don't worry, it's just preseason, it's preseason. Your job as a head coach is to put these players in the best position available to make sure that week 1 doesn't look like the end of last season. That's your job as a head coach. And if you fail again, that's when tables will be flipped. So try to talk me off the ledge. It won't happen. I promise you. But yes, let's keep on moving to the next comment. Trevor, what's up, dude? We might lose week 1. That's 50-50. Week 2, I think we can win. Week 3, we win. And week 4, probably we lose. Well, yeah, remains to be seen. We can either be a team that's 4-0 or we can be a team that's 0-4. It really just depends on the coaching adjustments and what we can do. I think starting off this season with the Titans and the Vikings is a pretty tough matchup. Now, the reason why I say, I know a lot of people are looking at the Vikings and are like, oh, they're not a good team. They have Kirk Cousins. It's not a big deal. But their defense, I always felt like had a ledge up against our Arizona Cardinals. So if the Cardinals start off 0-2, sheesh, that would be absolutely terrible. But we will see. Expectations is going to be huge this year, man. Expectations is going to be huge this year. So let's keep on reading into the comments here. Let's see if I have anybody that wants to jump onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Like I mentioned a little earlier, guys, if you want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, DM me on Instagram, send me a message, say, hey, I want to get on. I'll send you a link, turn your camera on, and we'll get on here. Like I said, I'll give you about a couple minutes to let me know what your expectations are, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. I am Bear. What's up, dude? Week 1 too early to judge. Week 1 doesn't determine a season. See, and that's the problem right there, my guy. That's the problem. And I think that you're misconstruing what I'm saying. So right there is where the excuses come from. Yes, nobody's saying that it determines where the season comes from. Nobody's saying that. But tell me right now that if you have year 3 of an offense that should be gelling by year 3 already, your expectations of a Cardinal team is mediocrity, and I cannot accept it. That's the problem in terms of what I'm coming through. We have a lot of fans, and I respect I Am Bear. Appreciate everything that you bring to the table right now, my guy. But you need to have a better, what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to say? You need to have an expectation that's higher than, oh, it's okay, it's just week 1. I'm not saying that if we lose week 1, it's over. I'm saying that if we lose week 1 and we look absolutely garbage, that's where the problem is. So I respect what you're saying, my guy, and I see what you're saying in terms of what week 1 is not going to determine the season. I agree with you. Not saying that. I'm saying is that if we lose week 1 and we look absolutely garbage on offense, that's where the problem will be. Let's keep on reading through the comments here, and let's see what you guys have to say. Jordan P, what's up, dude? It says Dortch, Keyshawn Johnson, and Andy. So Dortch is better than Keyshawn Johnson and Andy. Can't disagree with you there, man. I hope he gets the opportunity. I don't think he will, although I would love him to, but I don't think he will. I feel bad for the bubble players. I agree with you, man. I agree. I feel bad for the bubble players as well. It sucks, man. This is the opportunity that they might get. And we already were told that, Kyler Murray won't be playing this game. And we were told that, what was the other player? Rondale Moore is not going to be playing, and a lot of starters won't be playing. So I think the cancellation comes from a good place. The cancellation comes from, okay, makes sense. I would rather everybody be safe in the organization of the Saints. In the city of New Orleans, as well as, the Arizona Cardinals fans as well. I said fans. I meant players. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. CB says, bummer. Yeah, it sucks. It does suck. But, it is what it is. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Classy Nasty, I'm going to go a little higher up here. Says, no game. What am I supposed to do with all this beer? And, oh, sheesh. There you go. Classy Nasty going to have a crazy old weekend today. All right, let's go. Jordan P, I see you down there. Says, what's going to happen with Tay Gowan now? I wonder, will he get that last CV spot? I really hope so. Just depends, man. I know he's a big fan he's a fan favorite from a lot of fans. Everybody already loves him. They want him to get the opportunity. I'm right there with them as well. Obviously, he probably won't be a starter, but maybe he might be somebody that's going to develop into a starter maybe next year. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Okay, perfect. All right, I got my guy Devin here. Devin, let me get you on here real quick. Let me send you the link, and you can go on. So, Devin, if you're still in the chat right now, definitely do me one big favor. Go to your Instagram, and I just sent you a link. Click on the link. And you should be able to hop into the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. What we're talking about, guys, is expectation for the Arizona Cardinals. What do you want to see for week 1 and all that different stuff? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let me change my banner so we can know what we're talking about here. So we're on to the regular season. All right, expectations here. On to the regular season expectations. Cardinals versus the Saints has been canceled. They will. We're gonna talk good here, man. I'm really excited about it. So I sent my guy Devin here a link. He'll come in here shortly. We'll give him some time. If you guys do want to come onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, send me a DM on Instagram. Tell me you want to get on. Say you want. Let's do this. All that different stuff. Whatever you need to do. Devin, I think you're calling me on Instagram. You need to click on that link that I sent you. So if you click on that link, if it doesn't allow you to do anything, copy and paste that link and put it onto your web browser. If you put it onto your web browser on your phone, you should be able to come in that way. So yeah. Come on through. BBH coming up clutch. My guy, BBHALV says first prayers out there to the Saints and people in New Orleans, but I have a lot of high hopes for the Cardinals. But if we do not make the playoffs, I want Cliff and Steve gone. We'll start petition for it. Also, hit the like button. Perfect. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I agree, man. And I'll be right there with you, man. I hope you live in Phoenix because I'm all up on board with picketing and rakes and shovels and stuff like that outside State Farm Stadium because it's something that we shouldn't accept as fans, especially because man, we're already going into week 3 or year 3. There's no more excuses at this point. And if we're going to be getting another cookie cutter type of, this happened and that happened, no more. It's over. My expectation for Cliff Kingsbury was he should have got fired last year. Now, I get it. It might have been a little too, premature. I get it. I might have tried to jump off the cliff a little too early. I get it. That's why I'm like, okay, let's give him this other opportunity here. But if we do not make playoffs this year, it's done. Nip it in the bud. Let's start off fresh. So, Devin, I did see you try to call again. So, my guy, do me a big favor, man. So instead of calling me on Instagram, that link that I sent you, click on that link. Or if it doesn't take you anywhere, copy and paste that link and put it onto your web browser on your browser on your phone, and you should be able to get into StreamYard. That's how you'll be able to get on. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Free medicines, I won't be in for that. I like Cliff. Okay, man. Keep on reading to the comments here. Keaton, why does Cliff thinks the offense is ready to go after that bad performance? So here's the thing. I don't know how to say this without sounding mean, but Cliff Kingsbury isn't the string puller. He isn't. He's the punching bag. Obviously, he's the head coach, and whatever Steve Keim says goes. Whatever the Cardinal organization says goes. And I don't think that's. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury really has a big say in it, if that makes sense. So I agree with you. Why does he say that we're ready to go? Maybe because he went to, he did a training or he did like a practice and Kyler Murray looked really good in shorts. I don't know. But week one has to be telling, man. Week one has to be telling. And we need to have a good show out. We could very well lose week one. Yes, we can very well lose week one. But if we come out looking absolutely like poo, that's when tables are going to be flipped. That's when tables will be flipped. Devin, I still see you trying to. I don't know if you're still on the chat, my guy, Devin, but I think you're still trying to call me on Instagram. That's not the way we do it. That link that I sent you, you need to click on that link, and that's how you get on. Okay, I don't think this guy is quite understanding. Give me a second, y'all. Let me mute this here. All right, we're back, man. We're back at it again. Cool. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. I am Bear. What's up, dude? Why would they fire a coach after an improvement from year one? I am Bear. Come on the stream. Come on. Let's have a conversation. Come on the stream. I think it'll probably be better that way if I answer you live as opposed to like on here because going back and forth in text is kind of a little hard. So come on through, man. Come on through the live stream and let me know your expectations and all the questions that you might have. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Is it MCool42? Someone needs to tell Cliff to stop telling the media you have to give them out to them and then taking a loss. Yo, 100%. All right, I got my guy Devin coming up here. Let me get my guy up in here. Devin, what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Cardinals? Obviously, it's got canceled. No worries. It's just preseason, but let's talk about regular season. How are you feeling?
I'm actually feeling pretty good, honestly.
Good.
We should be able to make the playoffs with our roster, but time will tell in that.
I agree. So Titans, man, that's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup right there. Do you think that we can hang with the Titans?
I think we can, as long as we don't get behind. If we get behind against that team that runs the ball the way they do, we're going to get worn out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. Let me ask you this one last question here. Preseason, anything to worry about, or is it just preseason to you?
I think it's just preseason. I mean, a lot of the stuff that comes out for offenses, defenses, a lot of it's basic. It's not like the real game plans. They don't game plan like they do in the regular season. So it's more – but I will say this. I was happy about the defense against the Chief offense.
Agreed.
I mean, our offense honestly stuck it up. We didn't do much. They didn't look like they would be out there. And that's troubling, not because of the other guys, but more for Kyler being the leader of the franchise. that bothers me a little bit more. I know a lot of teams are sitting their quarterbacks in preseason, but with Larry gone, I consider Kyler to be the franchise now.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. The face of the franchise,
Yep.
and I'm all up on board for it, man. I love Kyler, and hopefully he can take us to the promised land, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. I hope so. I mean, he's in year 3, just like Cliff is. So in year 3, you usually can figure out what type of player they are, what type of coach they are. So it's more about if do we make the playoffs. It's a tough division. We can win, like you said earlier. Just because it's week 1 doesn't matter. You know what? We're in the NFC West. We can win 10 games and miss the playoffs.
Yup.
So we can be last place at 11-5 the way our division is. So we got to get rolling early. We can't.
110%, brother. You couldn't said it any better. All right, man. I'm gonna get a couple more people on here. I would love to get you back on the regular season. I'm gonna be doing streams after each game, man. Love to get you back on.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks, man.
Peace out, man. All right, man. That's my guy. That's my guy, Devin, right there, man. Love the optimism. I love the and I do see my guy, I am Bear coming in. You're at work. Okay, cool. No, you're good, man. No worries. You're at work. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for answering me back. Free Matter, man. What's up, dude? Says on flight plan last night, K1 was hyped up in practice. Isn't a preseason game more deserving of excitement? Question mark. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I agree. One thing that we got to understand as fans, we got to understand that the Cardinals organization is a business. Is a business. So the flight plan is awesome. I love the flight plan. It gives us a background view of what it looks like in the background. It gives us the opportunity to know players like, Josh Jones or some people that they actually highlight. So I really do like the flight plan, but I don't want to so much. I don't know. Like a lot of people get super hyped up on it. They're like, "Oh my goodness, you see him practice? Kyler Murray threw a ball all the way, down the field." But the thing is that the defense really wasn't going after Kyler Murray, y'all. Like let's put this into perspective real quick. What really matters is regular season. Yes, I'm going to say that I'm completely at fault when it comes down to me overreacting when it came down to preseason. That's just me. That's just me in a nutshell. I apologize up in France, but there's no excuse in regular season. So let me tell you that up front right now. BBHALV, what's up, dude? Says, can I join the stream? I would like to talk about this year. 100%, man. All you need to do is come on through, get onto my Instagram, send me a DM, and you should be able to rock and roll. Jose, I got you right there. Oh, Jose, I got you, man. Here we go. BBH, I got you, man. I just sent you the link right now. Click on the link and come on through. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. Let's keep on reading into the comments. Is it Blade? So BLFDE. As a fan, it's our job to support the team. It's plain and simple. As a team, they need to win for us, the fans. This team needs to get early wins. I love that. Yes. And that's the thing, too. I know that there's some people out there, and I'm not going to be one to be like, you need to be this type of fan. You need to be that type of fan. The type of fan I am is I'm rambunctious, man. I'm a type of fan that's impatient. So, if you want me to respect your views, you're also going to have to kind of respect my views as well. And in my mind, there's some things that need to get fine-tuned. And there's really no excuse for us not hitting the playoffs again, especially year 3, when a lot of fans were saying, let, Cliff Kingsbury come in this year 3 because we're going to get an offensive coordinator. By the way, guys, we didn't get an offensive coordinator. What the heck? So you know what I mean? We need to go ahead and figure out what's going on here. Week 1 is going to be very telling. It's not going to tell us what's going to happen with the rest of the year. I agree on that. But if you're going to tell me you're not going to be mad if we come out and have a terrible showing against week 1 versus the Titans, then I don't know what to tell you. Let me get my guy Jose coming up here. Jose, dude, what's up, man? Talk to me.
First off, I love your streams. I watch every single time whenever I can. So with that being said, with this season, my expectations to at least make the playoffs, no matter if it's the 7th seed, the 6th seed, or even winning the division. I don't expect us to win the division because I feel like it's going to be between either the Rams or unhealthy 49ers. The Seahawks, I feel like it's a battle between us and them being the 3rd or 4th spot of the division because the Seahawks, the defense doesn't worry me that much. And Russell Wilson is always going to be going off, throwing, letting Russ cook and everything like that in the beginning, and then people are going to figure him out towards the middle of the season, and then that's when it goes downhill.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I really, really want him to make the playoffs because at first I was a believer in Cliff because his offense was different. Nothing was nothing like that in the NFL. He was bringing it from the college to NFL, so I was kind of like excited about that. But then as soon as he gets punched in the mouth, like people start stopping him, he doesn't change the plays. He'd be like, "No, we got it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going." But he will not change the gameplay at all. As soon as people figured out that DeAndre Hopkins is only on the left side, or I believe it was like the right side, I'm not sure.
Left.
He didn't change. He didn't change it until like one game, and he did it for one game, and then from there we started losing from every single game from there.
Mm-hmm.
So if Cliff Kingsbury starts to show that he learned from his mistakes from last year and started changing the game plan, it's like, okay, guys, like if we're in like in halftime, it's all right. This is not working, so this is the new game plan. This is what we're gonna do from now on. Like if Kyle Murray, I don't want him to rely on. I realize that he relies on Kyle Murray to run because I believe if he didn't run for like at least 50 yards, we were gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
So
You're right, man.
with that being said, I want him to train Kyler to be a pocket passer because Russell Wilson is not only good in like being able to improvise, he's also good in staying in the pocket and taking hits to make the throws.
Right. And I respect that, definitely. Let me ask you this question real quick. Preseason. I know if you guys saw my videos, you kind of, me being obviously over dramatic, a little crazy. But what do you think about preseason, man? Did you think that game 2 was like nothing to sneeze about, or are you a little worried?
I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The defense, I'm actually happy about because I believe we finished like 20th or 21st place in the rankings for defense. So I see a lot of improvement. I'm glad to see that our first overall pick wasn't a waste, and I can see his talents. Now I can see why people are actually excited about him. Because I'm not a big fan of college football. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch college football that much, so I'm not really sure about it. But I'm glad to see that our first round pick wasn't a waste this time, and actually is playing and is a starter. So I do feel bad. I was a huge fan of Jordan Hicks, but I feel bad that his job was not completable, like at least against like Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm glad that our defense did improve. I'm still worried about that secondary, but I'm glad that they were able to hold up against the wide receivers of the Kansas City. But the offense does worry me. I understand DeAndre Hopkins wasn't playing, like most of the starters wasn't playing, but it still worried me that Kyler Murray was not be able to get started hot. Like I understand it was like one position or two. I wasn't sure. I wasn't able to watch the game that much, but I watched highlights. But with that being said, I'm hoping for Kyle Murray to get that like first game jitters off at least the first quarter, and the second quarter that's when he starts getting going. If we don't start getting going in the second quarter, and that's when I start worrying for the season.
I agree, man, and I agree, and I think we can definitely turn this around. Obviously, it's game 1, but I think where my main concern and where my want to flip tables type of stuff is that we had the opportunity. It's kind of like, you're in a startup company, and I honestly feel like when we hired Cliff Kingsbury, this was a darn experience. This was an experiment. I'm sorry, this was an experiment. What the heck is going to happen? We're going to draft Kyler Murray. He's got some specialness. He looks like Russell Wilson a little bit. We're going to get this guru of an offensive guy, Cliff Kingsbury, which I was happy with too. I'm not going to lie to you. I was excited about it, but I feel like we're literally treating this like, oh, let's see what happens. Oh, this happened. Oh, cool. And I hate that, man. Like, I love bring me back BA, bring me back Bruce Arians that had a plan, that had this is what we do. We're a bash and bomb type of offense. That's who we are. If we look at our offense, I still don't know what we are. Are we just DeAndre Hopkins? Are we Kyler Murray, run for your life because we're going to break out of the pocket? We still don't have an identity in my mind. And with BA, we had a leader of men, and I don't see that with Cliff Kingsbury. I respect him as a human being. I just do not think he's going to cut the cheese. I do not think he's going to.
I don't think so, and I feel like if we do make the playoffs, I feel like it's only going to be maybe a one game wild card, and then we're out, or we at least make the division. If we make the division, I'm happy with that. I'll be like, okay, maybe. I agree. But if we don't win at least or make it close to a wild card, like we make the playoffs, but we get blown out, then that means we didn't deserve the playoffs. That means we're So with that,
I agree, man. It's hard to say that we're going to be a team that's going to go to the Super Bowl when we have teams like Kansas City. I mean, that's AFC, but we have the teams like Green Bay. We have teams like Tampa Bay. All that different stuff. Like, we're not better than them in my eyes. Or at least right now, we're not better than those type of teams. I want to be a playoff team, and I'm completely fine with going up the first round. That's progression for me. We don't need to go all the way, but hey, as long as we see some progression and we see, Cliff Kingsbury not giving credit to the opposite side, then I would be happy. But man, I'm going to leave you from here, man. Thank you so very much for being on. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, man. That's my guy BBH, man, coming up with some hot stuff. And I agree, man. When it comes down to this team, I still want to know what this identity is. I want to know what the identity is for this Arizona Cardinal team, because I think in the grand scheme of things, we all want the Cardinals to succeed. We do. We're all Cardinal fans first, and maybe we might have, a troll in here in the chat once in a while that, says things like, oh, Cardinals suck. You guys aren't going to go anywhere. And that's going to happen. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, you have to learn to expect as an organization that really doesn't have the consistency that, the Seahawks have with Russell Wilson, an organization like the Steelers, an organization like the Patriots when they had Tom Brady, an organization like Green Bay because they had back-to-back great QBs. And right now we're still kind of, hey, Kyler's our guy. But man, this year is really going to show a lot in what type of fan base we're going to be split again. I promise you. I know a lot of people are already saying that Kyler Murray, there's a lot of flaws within his game. I know there is. I was hopeful that he was going to learn to run out of the pocket and not basically sack himself and lose 2 or 3 yards, but it happened again in preseason. And this was a kind of a reoccurring thing that happened with year 1 and year 2, and he did it again. And I'm not going to get too crazy about it. It's preseason, but if I see that again in regular season, there's got to be something that clicks there. Because yes, he's explosive. Yes, he's I can see him as a type of player, a franchise type quarterback for us, because he is that playmaker. I mean, obviously I have Kyler Murray up here. I got his rookie cards up here right now. So I invested a lot in Kyler Murray. I have his jersey. I like what he brings to the table. It's just, we need to take that next step. And it all comes and stems from Kyler Murray taking that next step and showing what he can do for this Arizona Cardinal organization. That's just plain and simple right there. Plain and simple. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. My guy Free Matter for the Blind comes up clutch with another $5 donation. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. This just in, apparently, K1 played excellent against the Chiefs. Yes, I think sarcasm I hear in the voice of my guy Free Matter, and I know he's kind of going back and forth with Jordan P. Which Jordan P is an advocate of going back and forth with a lot of people in the chat. He likes to keep it fresh. I mean, what am I going to say, right? He likes to keep it fresh. One thing of this preseason that I'm really excited about as in terms of a Cardinal fan is I like what I've seen from our defense. I want to automatically give an apology to Zaven Collins, especially our first round pick getting picked up in the 16th overall from the Arizona Cardinals. I want to completely say I apologize for overreacting when we picked you up in the first round. You, my friend, might not be 100%, but you are 85, 90% there, and I love what you can bring to the table. I've loved what I've seen in preseason. Is he going to struggle? Yes, he's going to struggle. This is a very hard position to play, especially the Mike linebacking spot here on an offensive on the defense. He's pretty much the leader of that defense, and it's pretty hard in terms of a rookie coming in. So all I got to say is I apologize to Zaven Collins. I'm excited to see what your career is going to be with the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm glad you got the spot, but I do feel bad for Jordan Hicks. I really do. But I appreciate you, my guy. Free Matter for the Blind coming up clutch with a $5 dono. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Bulldog, what's up, dude? Preseason D was the only bright spot. Ding, 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 ding. 110%. I agree. Preseason, the only highlight and what's worth watching in those games was the defense looking pretty darn good. I agree. Defense looked really, really good, and that's something that I'm very, very excited for. Let's go ahead and just stick this in real quick. If you guys are just getting in here right now, if you have not read the title of this video or live stream, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Saints game has officially been canceled. We will not have our last preseason game tomorrow due to inclement weather. There is a hurricane or a tropical storm that's going to be hitting New Orleans. So for the safety of the organizations, for the safety of the players, and everybody that's involved, they canceled it. I don't think they have any plans of rescheduling it at all. I know there's a lot of fans say, hey, why not reschedule it for here in Arizona? It's preseason at the end of the day. I don't think the NFL really wants to put that much effort into it. It's canceled. We're not having a game tomorrow. We're automatically going to start thinking regular season. So yeah, FYI, needed to plug it right in there. Let's keep on reading to the comments. Blaze says, turned down for what? Love it, man. Love it. I had a fantasy football team, and that's the name, what it was. And I kid you not, this was like 3 years ago. And so I'm actually really happy that JJ Watt is a part of the Arizona Cardinals, because that was my team for fantasy football, called Turned Down for What. And I absolutely loved it. Thanks for bringing back the nostalgia, my guy. Bulldog, what's up? I called this team last season, didn't it? Yeah, man. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that, that kind of gave me that, hey, we're not really going to go anywhere, or hey, we're going to be an average type team. I give you kudos, man. I have you give you kudos to where kudos is due, because grand scheme of things, you have 3 different types of fans. 3 different types of fans. You have the fans that are very hyped up. Everything's really excited. Let's get this going. Cardinals are going to the Super Bowl. You have your realistic fans, fans that kind of know, what the process is, what we kind of look like, not believing in the hype, but are still a fan. And then you have fans like me. You got fans like me, which is impatient with everything and wants to flip tables with every single game that's happened. So you got 3 different type of fans here. You got your patient fans. So you got your impatient fans, and then you got the real fans, and then you got your overhyped fans. So I'm the impatient one. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. I Commandees. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Just got here. Why is the game canceled? All right. So the game was canceled because New Orleans, where the game is actually going to be playing at, there's a hurricane, there's a storm, or going to hit New Orleans. So they just decided to cancel the preseason game. That's the reason why. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Blade, what's up? Said, dude, Watt is going to be a beast. I don't care what people say. I am happy about what Watt's going to do as well. I know that we wanted to use him 65% of snaps, which I'm cool with, honestly. I think our defensive line is very, very stacked in terms of our depth. So I'm really excited. We got, obviously, Jordan Phillips. We got Zach Allen coming back, Licky Fotu, Rashawn Lawrence. So we got a good amount of people that can step in terms of him only playing 65% of the snaps. But I honestly think, like, if it comes down to it, like, hey, this there's like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he already played 65%. I am assuming JJ Watt will be playing. Like, I doubt it's going to be that type of stuff where Cliff Kingsbury is going to be like, well, according to my calculations here, he's already hit 65%, so he's not going to be playing in the last 2 minutes. Like, I doubt that's the case. I think that's their ballpark in what they want to do to make sure that he can stay healthy for the season, which I respect 110%. But if it's a 2-minute drill and we have, our defense out there to try to make a stop, you better bet your dollar that JJ Watt will be out there trying to rush the passer and try to bring them down. 100%. He says, thank you. I'm out from you. Oh, yeah, you're good, man. No worries. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. So NFL AZ Cardinals. My bad, man. I know I said I was going to answer your question. I completely blanked. So let's get back to my guy. NFL AZ Cardinals question says, if Kyler Murray doesn't have a good year statistically, do we move on from Kyler if we have a top 10 draft pick, or pay him the money? Oh, brother. That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question. Here's my thing. If the Cardinals don't make the playoffs, if Kyler Murray has a bad statistic year, I don't think the Cardinals are going to automatically release him or trade him or anything like that. I think the first person that's going to go is Cliff, and then maybe Steve, and then Kyler. So we have to kind of get through this line of it is. And I think Cliff might be the first to go, especially a playoff or statistically, he just looked terrible. Cliff, Steve, and then Kyler. I think Kyler might be the top of the food chain in terms of maybe not moving on from him automatically. I get what you're saying in terms of do we pay him? Because let's be honest, year 3 into his rookie year, sometimes you start getting some extension talk. What I would do is I would pull Kyler to the side and be like, look, bro, this is what I'm going to do for you. We're going to fire Cliff Kingsbury because we really believe in what you can do, but we don't think Cliff Kingsbury's the guy. I'm going to hire you, Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator from the Kansas City Chiefs, and let's see what you can do. Now, obviously, if it doesn't work out with Eric Bieniemy as well, then we might have to talk some other stuff right there and then. But I think the Arizona Cardinals should give him another opportunity, fire Cliff Kingsbury and maybe looking into getting another head coach. Maybe your Eric Bieniemys, maybe the offensive coordinator for, I believe it's I think it's Joe Brady, I believe his name. I think he's the offensive coordinator from Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what I would do. So I wouldn't automatically give up on him automatically. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people saying, why the heck are like, why are we, why are we keeping him if he has this terrible of a season? But I think the Cardinals will probably keep him for one more year. I would not give Kyler Murray the extension. I would pull him to the side and say, I will give you an extension year 4 if you perform the way that you should be performing as a franchise type quarterback. So that's my opinion. I know that's long and extensive, but hopefully that answers your question, my guy. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Hamzo, oh man, I'm not going to be able to say your name, but let me see which is. So how is that even a question? Daniel Jones is still the starting quarterback for the Giants. Well, I think he's just asking just kind of for giggles. Because I mean, you never know what's going to happen, man. I know there's a lot of people that, have high expectations for the season, but there's a lot of people that are, not have high expectations for the season, and rightfully so. I mean, we just got to see how it plays out, really. I am Bears. Todd Bowles is our next head coach. Cliff is fired. Wow. Todd Bowles, man, I love Todd Bowles. I really do like Todd Bowles. I just don't know if he's a head coach type of guy. I love him as a defensive coordinator, but tell me he will never leave the side of Bruce Arians. He will never leave the side of Bruce unless he's got a head coaching job. And I'm not sure if the Arizona Cardinals will do that. We've seen what he did with the Jets. I wasn't really impressed, but defensive coordinator wise, this guy's good. Let me tell you that right now. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Love it, man. Keep the comments going, guys. Flood the comments. Put some questions on here right now. We're gonna keep these going, man. We're gonna have expectations. We're gonna have a lot of stuff here going on as well. So keep this going. Keep this going. Let's see here. Bulldog, in our division, I have 8 and 9 or worse expectations this season. I hope I'm wrong though. That's fair, man. That's fair. Supreme GOAT, I'm disappointed. And I'm assuming you're talking about the cancellation of the Arizona Cardinals versus the New Orleans Saints game. Yes. I agree with you 110%. It's disappointing, but we got to look out for the best interests of the players and just being safe all around. Hurricanes are really nothing to sneeze at. Regardless if it's a tropical storm or a hurricane, they got some inclement weather going on in New Orleans, and I would rather not have the team over there. Free Matter, what's up, dude? Free Matter says, what would Cliff have to achieve this year in order to gain everybody's trust and respect? I love this question. Free Matter, I love this question. This is a fantastic question. Need to make the playoffs. That's it. You want people to stop talking bad? That's what you need to do. Make the playoffs. And even if we go out in first round and round 1, we made the playoffs. That's what Cliff would have to do in my eyes. I think if we win 10 games, I think we can sneak our way in there. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I know our division is absolutely tough. I get it. Absolutely tough. But we have to at least win 10 games and make it into the playoffs. That's what I want to see. This is a fantastic question. Everybody, put it on the answer my guy Free Matter for the Blinds question here. Put it on the comments below. But this is fantastic. What would Cliff have to achieve this year in order to gain everybody's trust and respect? Make it to the playoffs. I think that's just as simple as it comes. Make it to the playoffs. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Let's see what everybody else has to say. Appreciate you, man. That's a fantastic question, my guy. Fantastic question. Let's see here. So if you guys are just getting in here right now, we do have the opportunity. We are opening up the phone lines. If you want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, send me a DM on Instagram right now. If you're wondering, like, this guy has an Instagram, who the heck is this guy? I do have an Instagram page. It is going to be in the description of this video. Click on the description, send me a follow, shoot me a follow, and send me a DM and say, hey, I want to get on. I'll send you a link, and you should be able to get onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. So if you want to get on, I am opening up the phone lines right now. Come on through, and we can talk about expectations and what you feel like Cliff Kingsbury needs to do in order for everybody to, put some respect on his name. Because let's be honest here. I think we all kind of come down to the point where I think it's simple as make the playoffs, my guy. Make the playoffs. Shut everybody up. Shut the AZ Sports Fan up, and that's all we want. That's all we want. Shut me up. Lennon says phone lines. Yes, phone lines, man. Come on through, man. I just sent you the link. Come on through. If you guys want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, add me on Instagram, shoot me a follow, and send me a DM and say I want to get on, and I'll get you onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube so we can talk some expectations for Cardinals. Now, good thing is I do have a close relationship with one of the biggest YouTubers for the Titans, so I'm actually going to have a collaboration with my guy Titan Upload, which I'm really excited for. So hopefully that's going to be maybe sometime next week or the week of opening week for the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm really excited about bringing him on. But yeah, let's get my guy Lennon Wolf coming up here right now. One of the most young, passionate fans from Arizona fans just in general here. My guy Lennon. What's up, dude? Talk to me, man.
I mean, we canceled the game because of the weather, because there's a hurricane coming in New Orleans, which sucks. But I'm super excited for the Cardinals season coming in week 1.
I know. I agree, man. I'm super stoked about it too. I love what you're wearing, man. That hat is fresh. The shirt is fresh, bro. Woo! That looks great, man. Let me just tell you that right now. That's fantastic.
I think I got this from a week ago.
Nice. Let me ask you this one question here. Expectations for the regular season. What are you thinking, man?
If we get at least 10 wins, we'll be like in the playoffs. The only part to respect Steve Kine if he gets good players, and we're trying to make a playoff push this year. That's what I want, in my opinion.
I agree, man. So there was a question here that was really, really good from my guy Free Matter, saying that what Cliff Kingsbury needs to do other than make the playoffs. Is there something that you want to see from Cliff Kingsbury in order for people to start respecting his name?
Oh, if we make the playoffs and Cliff Kingsbury makes the playoffs, you can respect him, and in order that Cliff Kingsbury has to be a good coach and make the playoffs, he has to make some good plays for Kyler Murray so he doesn't get 2 yards again. That preseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs was very tough.
It was brutal. It was brutal, man. 100% agree. All right, my guy, thank you so much for being on here, man. Any last words before I get the next person on?
Congratulations to 7K.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much, brother. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
All right, go Cards.
Peace out. All right, man. That's my guy Lennon, man. And it's true, man. I think when it comes down to it, expectations are as simple as make the freaking playoffs. If you want to be a head coach for the Arizona Cardinals, if you want to be a head coach for any NFL team, your expectations are simple. Improve from your first year and make the darn playoffs. Be the team that people are scared of. Right now, as the Arizona Cardinal fan, and this is coming as a fan, guys, so this is coming from a good place. I have faith, I have hope in my Arizona Cardinals because I'm a fan. I watched a flight plan. I watched this. I watched that. We watched the videos on their YouTube page. I'm a fan. I'm as optimistic as they come. I'm also over dramatic as they come as well. And I'm very, very impatient when it comes down to let's build this freaking roster and build it right. But most people in the NFL, they look at the Cardinals, they look at Kyler Murray, and they say, Another college coach coming into the NFL. Let's shut this down real quick. They're nothing. They're overrated. They're hyped. It's all hype. Any other team, that's the type of stuff they look at the Cardinals and they look at us like the little brother. And in order for us to stop from people looking at us, we need to make some noise. Cliff Kingsbury needs to make the noise. You know me. I don't want to start over. I want Cliff Kingsbury to succeed. I say things like, fire Cliff because I want to see our team get there. Am I impatient? Yes, I am. I'll be the first to admit it. I do not want to start over. But last year, I think I've already seen enough from Cliff Kingsbury that I don't think he's the guy. But me saying I'm willing to give him one more opportunity is my optimism. It's my optimism saying that we can make the playoffs and we can make a run. It's my optimism as a Cardinal fan. But if you ask any other fan base, I promise you, ask another fan base. Ask the Green Bay Packers fans. Ask the Baltimore Ravens fans. Ask the Kansas City Chiefs fans and say, what do you think of the Arizona Cardinals this year? They'll be like, I mean, you guys got Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. We're not seen as the Russell Wilsons and the Seattle Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, they haven't been good the past few years, but they still have the name. They have the name of the faithful. They have the San Francisco 49er name. That's who the San Francisco 49ers is. But we're still looked at as the little brother. Everybody in here are fans. I can almost promise you that all 55 of you in here right now are fans of the Arizona Cardinals, such as myself. We might have a few trolls in here. We might have people that are they just maybe like the show. Cool. Appreciate you guys for being here. But I promise you, if you're asking another person from a fan base saying, what do you think of the Arizona Cardinals this year? It's not as hyped outside of our Cardinal fan base than anything else. We need to make the noise. We need to be that team we need to be the fan base that requires more, that wants more. We need consistency. We want playoffs. I don't want to be top 10 in the NFL draft anymore. It was stressful. Cardinal Sin, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, man. Says, I'm optimistic, but I'm not lying when I say I'm nervous. And I don't blame you at all, man. I do not blame you at all for being nervous because I am too. Deep down inside me and into my soul of souls, I am nervous too. I'm optimistic. I'm excited. Anytime the NFL season comes around, you have this optimism like this Cardinal team is going to make it places. And the Cardinals do a very good job. The Cardinals organization does a very good job. There's a reason why they're valued at $2.2 billion is because they know how to advertise. They know how to get you on the seat. They know how to make these video cuts and say, we're going to be going into the playoffs. We're going to be Super Bowl contenders. Look at this video that I just made. They're great at it. They're fantastic at it. But let's not buy into the cheese. Let's not buy into until what it shows on the field, until we can come up from a season and say, my goodness, that season was fan-freaking-tastic. We made it to the playoffs. We were looking good. We started the season off meh, but we started doing really good. This last season, we started off hot, but then we started seeing some regression. That was where I started to panic. I want this Cardinal team to succeed as much as anybody in here right now. All 55 in here right now. I am as trying to be positive as I possibly can. But if we start this freaking season 0-2, because we have the Titans week 1, and then week 2 we have the Vikings week 2. I know a lot of people aren't really gung ho about Kirk Cousins, but that defense is pretty decent. That defense is pretty decent. You know what I mean? Hey, perfect. Here we go. My guy, Jace Welker. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. People are saying that the Arizona Cardinals are going to go 6-11. Thank you. Jace, coming up clutch. Appreciate you, man. The Arizona Cardinals, people are already doing predictions, and they're saying that the Cardinals are going to go 6-11. I have the Cardinals going 10-7. I'm trying to be as optimistic as I possibly can. Maybe 9-8, something along those lines. But if you ask another fan to do a prediction of what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do this year, they're going to give us stuff like 6-11. And that's not all. Vegas has Cliff Kingsbury to be the top 3 head coach this year to be the likely to be fired. Let that sink in right now. Now, Vegas isn't very wrong a lot of the times. Hopefully, Vegas is wrong this year. But if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying Vegas, obviously they have, spreads. They have bettings that happen. And Cliff Kingsbury is the 3rd most to be fired this season. Head coach to be on the hot seat. I want this team to do great. But reality versus expectations, that's what it really slaps you in the face. That's what it really slaps you in the face. I got my guy Cardinal fan 2017 saying that's BS. I agree. I think it's BS too. But if you're thinking of a Cardinal organization, if you're looking at the Cardinals, they're saying that they're the little brother. They're saying that they can't accomplish very much. What are we? 6 years? 5-year drought of the NFL draft? The NFL playoffs? 5-year draft, right? Something along those lines. We haven't been in the playoffs in 5 years. 5 years. I agree. It's BS. I'm right there with you, my guy. You read the stuff. I read the stuff. I get upset. You get upset. But the thing is that the Cardinals need to prove it. That is the number one thing here. The Cardinals need to come out here and they need to prove it. They need to shut. They need to shut Titans in the mouth. Punch them in the face and say, we are not going down without a fight. I don't want to be known as pretty boy football anymore. If we lose week 1 against the Titans, as long as we gave them hell, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with taking the L. As long as we give the Titans hell in week 1, I'm cool with losing it. I'm cool with taking the L because they probably are the better team. But we got Vikings week 2, and there's absolutely no way in heck to start off 0-2. We can still make the playoffs. Yeah, we can still make the playoffs, absolutely, but that's not a good look for the Cardinals. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Irvin says Titans are going down. I hope so, man. I hope so. From your lips to the football god's ears, I hope so, man. I hope so. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Cardinal Sin, what's up, dude? I think he's saving the cap for Murray's big deal next season, but I'm obviously not financial expert. Yeah, that kind of worries me. I want to keep Murray as much as the next person, but we need to make the playoffs. I think point and blank. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Free matter. Mike, did you hear Travis Etienne is out for the season? I did. Yeah, I did hear Travis Etienne was out for the season. That was a player that I did want. 110%. Yep. I wanted to get Travis Etienne or Najee Harris. Those were the 2 players that I'm like, I would be happy with that. But we got Xavier Collins, and he's actually working out pretty decently right now. I mean, we just seen him in preseason. He might look a lot different in regular season, and we might be singing a different tune. But I like what I've seen so far. RM, what's up, dude? Titans got a bottom 10 defense. If Xavier and Simmons ball out and contain Henry, they want to win. I hope so, man. Hope so. That's going to be a tough challenge, man. King Henry in the backfield, Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. Sheesh. Just sheesh. Jordan P says, if we stop the run, we beat the Titans. That simple. Wow. The confidence level on my guy Jordan P. Wow. I don't know about all that. They still got Julio, and then they still got A.J. Brown too. A.J. Brown is a very, very good wide receiver. Not great, but very good. Bulldog, what's up, dude? How do you feel about Rondale Moore so far? I know you weren't very stoked about him when the Cards drafted him, Kirk 2.0. So here's how I feel about, and here's the thing. It's all opinions. You know what I mean? We can all go based off of, like what you feel about at this very moment. We don't really know what a player looks like 2 years from now, 1 year from now, 3 years from now type of stuff. Yes, I would be the very first to admit that I was absolutely wrong. If he pans out. I think what we've seen in preseason is that we've seen the Arizona Cardinals come out and they're like, we need to make sure that Rondale Moore is involved in this offense. That's your number one thing. I think that when the coaches and the GM got together, they're like, let's look at this preseason. What are we looking at right now? Number one thing was on the top of their board was say, you need to get Rondale Moore involved. And the reason as to why is because you heard a lot of people say Rondale Moore is Andy Isabella. And we did it again. So the front office was like, we don't want that. We don't want that to hang over our heads. Rondale Moore, preseason, get him the ball. Whatever you need to do, get him the ball. So far in preseason, I think he's done pretty decent. I think he's done good. I'm excited about what he can become for this Arizona Cardinal team. But it's preseason. Just like people tell me all the time, don't panic. The offense, looked terrible versus the Chiefs, but it's preseason. And I'm going to say the same thing right back. I like what I've seen from Rondale Moore. I think it's obvious what the Arizona Cardinals were trying to do, but it's preseason. So to answer your question, sorry, I know it was kind of long, but I hope that I can slap myself in the face by the end of the season and say I was wrong about Rondale Moore. I hope I can. Keep on reading into the comments here. Free matter. Man, free matter for the blind, man. You're coming up with some dimes today, my guy. I feel bad for Izzy. He's missing the last preseason game. Yeah? This was the time for Andy Isabella to shine. This game right here that was canceled. If you guys are just getting in here right now, Cardinals versus Saints has been canceled due to inclement weather, and this was supposed to be the Andy Isabella show. And it sucks. It sucks again because he's not going to get his opportunity. He's not going to be able to get onto the field because it got canceled. But, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Ian, what's up? He says, if our offense struggles against the Titans defense, we may be in more trouble than we think. I can attest to this. I can agree to this statement. I can. I think that if we take the L against the Titans, it's cool. As long as we showed out and we made this a competitive game. If we don't make this a competitive game and we look as bad as we did in the Chiefs game, I do not want to hear anyone say it is week 1. Because in my eyes, you had 2 weeks to get your offense prepared. And it's not like, oh, hey, this is your first year, you're going to have some. This is year 3. Year 3 of the Cliff Kingsbury's offense. 1, 2, 3. If you don't know this by now and you're not gelling and clicking by now, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So I can accept the loss. I can accept starting with an L, starting off 0-1. I can accept it. But if we come out looking like the Chiefs, there will be tables to be flipped. If not tables, plastic chair that I have outside. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Man, you guys are coming out some great questions here. Let's see here. 50 Yo, what's up, dude? Says JJ Watt will make our defense rock. Hope so, man. Hope so. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he's good week 1, and I hope that Ryan Tannehill is going to be on his butt a lot because Chandler Jones is coming after you. We got JJ Watt coming after you as well. So I really do hope that as well. Ian says tables shall be flipped. 100%. 100%. I am Bear. What's up? This says, I can't wait for Farley to pick off K1. Everyone's saying that oh, buddy, here we go, right? I can't wait for Farley to pick off K1. And everyone's saying in the chat we should have took him. Imagine. Imagine Caleb Farley getting a pick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would not know what to do. That's great. That's a great take, I am Barrett. That's a great take. Imagine Caleb Farley, week 1 versus the Tennessee Titans, gets an interception from Kyler Murray. Sheesh. Freaking sheesh. Farley's listed as their number 4 or number 5 right now. Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I appreciate that. So if you guys don't know, I am going to be doing a collab with my guy, the Titan Upload. A really good friend of mine, super awesome. I'm going to get him on the show as well to see what we can learn about the Tennessee Titans, because I think in the grand scheme of things, we need to learn what's happening with the Tennessee Titans. Is Caleb Farley progressing? Are we going to see him out there maybe as the third string cornerback, second string cornerback, something along those lines? So we will be getting that information from our guy Titan Load once we kind of come with a once we kind of come to peace and say, you know, when he's going to be able to come on. So we'll be having a collab. It's going to be really fun. Ian, what's up, dude? Hey, Izzy, I understand you're not a coach or anything, but from your analysis, who do you have starting at our quarterback position? So this is what I would like to do. I would love, so obviously Butler. I want Butler to be number 1. And I know there's a lot of people saying that Byron Murphy needs to be in the slot. I want Byron Murphy to be outside. I want him to get the opportunity outside. And I've been saying this last year. He's been great in the slot. I think he's doing a very good job. But if he's progressed in training camp and Vance Joseph feels like he's good to go, get him outside. And then for the slot, we can either have Alfred, or if Alfred's getting toasted like a marshmallow, then we get Marco Wilson in there. Get my boy Marco Wilson and get him some reps. So that's what I would do. And I think a lot of fans can maybe attest to being like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. I would have Butler as my number 1. Number 2, I want Byron Murphy to be outside. In the slot, Alfred, if he's getting toasted like a marshmallow, like I said earlier, put my guy Marco Wilson in there. Let's see if we get the opportunity. Or if not, then we can just put Byron Murphy right back in there. Put him back in the slot and put Alfred on the outside. I mean, it's just kind of a plug-and-play type of player. I would love to see Byron on the outside personally. But if it's not working out because Alfred's getting toasted, then we'll just switch him back over. Let's keep on reading here. Ian says Alfred over Marco. As of right now, I think the Cardinals do favor Alfred over Marco Wilson because veteranship. I think veteranship right now is huge with the Arizona Cardinals. That's just kind of their history and what they've done. It's very rare that the Cardinals will come out and say that Zaven Collins is going to be the automatic starter, and that Jordan Hicks will not have an opportunity to fight for that starting role. It's very, very rare for him to for them to do that. I think the biggest reason why they did that is because a lot of people were like, well, here we go, another linebacker that we won't see for the first year, because obviously Isaiah Simmons was prior to Zaven Collins. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why the Cardinals were like, hey, we're going to get him in here, but he's going to be the starter. He's ready to go right now. So that's my, sorry, it's long-winded. Chef Boy RB, what's up, dude? He says, you think Keyshawn Johnson will replace AJ Green after this season is over? I feel like we should get him a shot. Dude, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Chef Boy, I feel bad, man. I feel bad for Keyshawn Johnson. I do. I know he had a little bit of an opportunity, a tiny bit of an opportunity in the rookie year from Kyler, and a little bit last year, but not enough to really give him like, hey, can he be out there? I feel bad for him too. I do. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I think the way that the NFL works, and it sucks, but if you don't shine the first year or two, I don't think you're giving much of an opportunity. And it sucks, but that's just kind of what have you done for me lately type of stuff. That's just my opinion. I can be absolutely wrong, but that's just kind of what I've seen so far. But if you guys are just getting in here right now, definitely do me a big favor, y'all. Smash that like button. If you guys are just getting in here right now, we got 49 people in here, and we got 32 likes and 2 dislikes. Sheesh, we already got people up here already upset about the AZ Sports Fan, talking about some hot takes going on right now. So definitely do me a big favor, smash that like button and subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Let's keep on reading. Free Matter, what's up, dude? Do you think Isaiah Simmons looks funny when he runs? That's a good question. I don't think I've really noticed it too much. I think Isaiah Simmons, there was word coming out that Isaiah Simmons is going to be doing they said that he was going to be doing more positions than we think. We thought he was going to be the weak inside linebacker. Oh, I'm sorry, the weak middle linebacker. And they said that he's going to be playing a lot more positions. So I'm curious to figure out how the Cardinals are going to move him around, maybe in safety, maybe in cornerback. So it's going to be really curious to see what's going to happen there. All right, let's do this. All right, perfect. We're going to go ahead and shut this down right now. We will be having more live streams on the Arizona Cardinals. We're on full gear already, everybody. Our last preseason game, Cardinals versus the Saints, has been canceled due to inclement weather. FYI, right now, we will not have a preseason game tomorrow. You've been warned. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. All of that different stuff. Check my community post. That's when I put my big news out there. So just FYI right now. We will be ending the live stream right now. Everybody doing a big favor, smash that like button and put some fist bumps on the chat below. That's usually how we go ahead and end our live stream. We will be doing a collab with my guy Titan Upload to get some inside details in what's going on with the Tennessee Titans for week 1. Look for that maybe in about a week or two. We will be releasing that out. So I'm really excited. Really excited, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Smash that like button and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, guys. And 1 second here. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.